Welcome to the Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast.
This pig came bottling.
Just ended up puking last night. It sucked.
Whoa! Ah! We gut it, we wrap it in tinfoil, throw it over the fire.
All right, everyone. It's Cody Johnson here with the Thin Blue Line Outdoors. Brought you back to another podcast. Very happy to have Ed back on the podcast with Outgrounds Coffee. I know the coffee he's made for us, the Patrol Roast, has been great. We've had great turnout. Everybody who's liked it has loved it. I know I always bring some to my local department, and I know the other day I just brought it in 2 days prior, come in to make a cup, and it was gone. So I know everybody's loving it, so I'm super excited about that. I'm going to have Ed introduce himself a little bit, and we're going to start talking about coffee and hunting. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. I am the owner and operator of RackGetter Coffee Company. It's very much a small business that my wife and I started out of our kind of the closet of our house a few years ago, and just kind of picking up steam and moving forward, trying to bring the best coffee to you guys as we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many years have you been doing it now? Are you 1, 2 somewhere, or where are you at?
I think I got a notification on Facebook that the roastery out here 2 years ago, like a couple days ago. So so 2 years.
Yeah. Everybody listen to this podcast. Apologize. My kids haven't went to bed yet. Now they're yelling for me as soon as we hit record. Hey, River, what? No. Out. Go to the living room. We'll either edit that out, or I'll let the people listen to me trying to be a parent.
It's a chaos. It's the life we live.
Oh, yep. Gotta love it, but they keep me on my toes, that's for sure. No, like I said, I love your coffee. Drink it all the time. I've been introducing it to a bunch of people. I know I'm drinking Be the Roosevelt right now.
There you go.
But yeah, it's been good. I know I've been following up before we talk about your hunting the last year or stuff. We just talked about it before we hit record. Ed has been doing a lot of running, I've seen, and I've been interested in it. And I know it entertains me, and it makes me feel like a lazy bum, to be honest with you. But can you just talk about your it seems like a new passion or something with ultramarathon running?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like I'm hitting that like 32-year-old age, and I was just like I just can't let the old man in yet. Yep. But we're kind of playing with this idea of earning your cup of coffee in the morning. So I get up early, I work shift work and do coffee on the side or whatever. And I've had this like drive to try to push myself for the last couple of years outside of the business, because the business does. I mean, I love it, but it'll drive you crazy if you let it. Just a lot of ups and downs. And I feel like the running and the exercise and the part of like earn your cup before you start your day is I think it's important to help get your head right before you kind of tackle the day, either at the office, with the kids, with the family. On top of that, it's real hard. So, but yeah, man, I've been working out and stuff forever. I'm just a college athlete. And, I never really got out of shape, but this is kind of a different kind of shape. Because my whole life, I absolutely hated running because it was always a punishment. Like,
I'm with
you missed a ground ball, overthrew a base. Like, you're going to run. And now it's kind of on my terms. So it's a little more fun now.
So I guess what training, did you just jump right into it? Or like, did you build up to it? Or
I got no
full send, huh?
Full send, man. Yeah. Like it's kind of like how coffee was for me. It was like I got a pour over set, and then I bought a roaster for my basement. Like, it was very much I dove right into it.
Heck.
And I'm super far from where I want to get to.
Yep.
I have this. I'm going to sign up for an ultra marathon next year, so I'm going to try to get myself in position to be able to do that. Whether it be a 50-miler or 100-miler. And we're bringing the coffee. It'll be a 50 or 100 probably. I'll probably try to find a 50 and then jump into 100. I have my first marathon in the fall, so we'll be posting about that. And we actually partnered up with an ultra marathon company, Ultra Trek, and we're going to be one of their sponsors this year. And we'll be at all their events, and we got some cool stuff planned with them. So
That's
we're gonna
awesome.
kind of lean into it a little bit.
Do they have any events? And I'm asking not for myself. I'm gonna clarify that. Do they have any events kind of out towards me at all that you're aware of?
I'm sure there are. There's tons of like local
Okay.
50Ks and ultra marathons. There's a handful of really big races
Yeah.
that you see guys run who are like, I don't want to say they're professionals because a lot of them are just dudes that work shift work or they're mailmen or
Yeah.
women who are teachers in schools and stuff, and they're just psychos on the weekend and they go run these ridiculous races. But I'm sure there's some out your way.
So the reason I say that is Austin Rhodes, which I don't know if he's going to listen to this. He's a little busy right now. Just had his second kid 2 or 3 days ago. So
There you
congrats
go.
to
Good for him.
He's our local coroner here on the team.
Uh-huh.
One of my best friends for years. He got into ultramarathon running like
Yeah.
a year and a half ago. And all the time,
Hell
I was like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, light run today. I only ran 10 miles or something. I'm like, you are crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And his uncle got him into it. And kind of speaking, if anybody's watching any of our past elk hunts, Jared was in that video. He ran his claim of fame. He ran a 100-mile race, but he had to tap out at like mile 86 or something like that. And I'm like, you are absolutely nuts. Like I can't
crazy.
even, can't even fathom that. Like he goes, yeah, I only made it 86 miles. I'm like, what do you mean you only made it 86 miles?
Yeah.
Like, God.
I mean, man, it's so addicting. It's so addicting for me because I'm just not good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's one of like the athletic things that I was just never good at. I was always like moderately strong in the gym, could move around a little bit, like athletic. But the running part was such like a brain game for me.
Yep.
And I think I'm kind of, I don't say I'm conquering it, but like I'm figuring it out, and it feels like to me I'm conquering it. You know what I mean? In my own viewpoint of it. But there's every day I put my shoes on, like this is fucking stupid, and I don't know why. Like, and then I get a couple miles in, and I'm just like, all right, well, there's that groove I was looking for, so I'm just gonna kind of lean into it and go. And it all translates over to just hunting and fishing. Like the better shape you're gonna be in. At the end of the day, like I'm not saying everybody needs to look like Cam Hanes or get up at 3 a.m. like I do to go work out, but like hanging tree stands is easier when you're not overweight. Like,
100%. Yeah.
and then like you get to the mountain hunting side of things, and like it's a real benefit if you can get up that hill quick, or you can come down that hill quick and be composed when you go to take your shot. It's tough to shoot anything when you're out of breath. So I just don't see a downside to it.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I'll be honest with you, I should run more, especially being a law enforcement officer. I can tell you, I'll give you two quick stories. So twice in my career now, I've gotten into foot chases that after I tracked them afterwards, they were half-mile chases. And I would have told you they were 5 miles after chasing these guys.
Yeah.
And I want to clarify, I caught them both times, but I was so dead tired when I caught them. Luckily,
Hell
I was
yeah.
tired too. I remember the first one I got. I was yelling at him and cussed at him afterwards because he's sitting there dying on the ground. I'm dying on the ground. Like, look what you made me do. Like,
That's hilarious, dude.
and I was done for the rest of the shift. I'm just like, I don't want to do anything.
You're just
Done
like,
for the
gas.
day.
Like, I can't have that thing ring again. Like, I've got to just sit here.
Yeah. And like my big workout I do jiu-jitsu, and I would much rather have somebody go, "Hey, let's fight." I'm like, "Yes, thank you. Just don't run, please."
Yeah. Just please don't run and jump over shit. Like,
that's all I care about.
nah, man. But I did jiu-jitsu a couple times, and dude, it dogs you out too.
Oh yeah.
There's something about, and I wrestled a little bit. Like, there's something about trying to move another person's body that doesn't want to move. That is just more exhausting than anything I could do running. It just wears your entire body out.
I would agree with you. I'll tell you this though. So that elk hunt I was talking about, I did not do a lot of running or hiking to prepare for that because I was doing jiu-jitsu and judo about 4 days a week that summer. So I was hitting it.
Yeah.
I was hitting it heavy.
You were working.
And I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. Like, 4 days a week working out, every now and then lifting some weights. Like, oh, I'll be fine. I was by far the slowest guy on the mountain out of our group.
Were you?
and I got altitude sickness first day, and
Dude, I
kicked my
remember that.
butt.
Yeah.
Kicked my butt, and
Yeah.
and 100%. Like I thought, okay, like yes, jiu-jitsu has its place, and obviously it's better than doing nothing. But next time I go
Hell
out,
yeah.
we got to kick it in gear, start
We got to
running
move
a
around a
little
little
more.
bit.
Yep. It did not
Yep.
translate for that, 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So what?
I think another.
Good.
Oh, go ahead, bud.
I was going to ask you, what's a normal morning workout? What's a morning run look like for you?
So it all kind of depends on the day. Like I have a bunch of kids. So it's kind of whatever temperament it is. I try to set myself up to have 2 times a day where I can sneak a workout in.
Mhm.
It's either going to be in the morning or in the afternoon after work.
Mhm.
But I can make one of those days work, or one of those times a day work every time. I think that's important. I think people like miss their window in the morning and they're like, fuck it. I'm not going to do it today. But if you kind of plan two, I never really miss two. If I miss two, a problem happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily like I just didn't feel like it, because mornings a lot of times I don't feel like doing it, so I'll do like a stretching routine or like try to do some kind of mobility thing. Because with running, I'm not an expert either. I don't want to sound like I'm an expert.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Like with running, like you really got to like kind of heal your body and rest your body, and I'm just awful at rest. I'm just terrible at it. Like I guess I'm just busy. Plus, I don't like to sit still. Like I'm gonna work out every day if my body's gonna let me do it.
Yep.
But typically in the morning, I'll get on the bike and do some miles on the bike, and then I'll hop in the sauna and go to work.
Mhm.
And then usually at work, I can either grab my run on my lunch, which is like 3 to 5 miles almost every day, or I run after work and I just run home from work.
Okay.
Because I am fortunate, I'm in like a good distance where I can kind of do that. My commute can be my workout. And we're down to one car because I totaled mine. So that helps.
Oh, no. Is there a good
So-
story behind that, or not a good story?
Nah, not really. Some girl was on her phone and just T-boned me. Like, it
Gotcha.
wasn't even like a cool story.
Yep.
But nobody was hurt, so who cares?
That's good.
Just a car.
Yep. 100%. Well, like I said, I like your idea. I don't know if I'm gonna earn my cup of coffee through running, but
Yeah.
I
You don't
do
have
like
to.
it. Yeah, but I've been enjoying it. I know there's been a couple times, I'm usually at work when I see your stories and stuff.
Right.
And I'll be like, for me, it'll be like, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I see it at 4, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll be looking, I'm like, he's crazy, and then I keep going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I like the idea of trying to get it in before you work out.
Yeah.
They say you're supposed to like put caffeine off for the first 2 hours of your day. Don't know if that's true or not. I heard Andrew Huberman say it. He's like way smarter than me.
He might know a thing or two.
He's probably right, and I'm just a meathead who likes coffee.
Dude,
But it's kind of just like a mental step for me. Like I woke up, I had my glass of water, and I got my workout in. Like done for the day. Like I'm accomplishing something right away.
Yep.
It does suck that I have to do it so early, but it's kind of like if I don't do that, I'm not going to get it in, because I'll have the kids, I'll have coffee, I'll have my work, I'll have to do something with my wife. Like we're all busy. So like I think the only way I'm going to get it done is if I do it in the early morning.
Yep.
And I always feel like when I'm up before everybody else, I feel like I'm like in on a secret. I don't have like that makes sense, but like I just feel like I'm just ahead of the game.
Yeah, I get that completely. Yeah, I understand that completely on that.
Yeah.
Well, other than you did have, I think I saw you came out with a roast, right? Something to do with the Ultramar, or was that teased?
No, so that was kind of teased. So that's going to be it's going to be a roast. I'm not sure. We're still trying to dial it in, but it's going to be called Speed Goat, and I'm going to actually launch it at the Ultra Trek in September in New Jersey. So there's
will be for sale on the website once.
It'll be up on the website. Yeah, we'll get it up on the website into our retailers. But it's gonna be a running focus kind of thing, or not even a running focus. Like just get outside and do something. Like work a little bit, break a sweat every day. A big part of it for me is like I have 3 kids. I have a 4th kid coming in November. Like,
Congrats.
thank you.
Yeah.
And I think it's just important to show your kids how to work hard. It's easy for you to tell them like, work hard in school, work hard at baseball and you'll be better at baseball or cheerleading or whatever. But I think if you're just saying it and you're not doing it, um, I don't think they're going to get the point. I want them to kind of grow up and think like, oh, this is just what a 32-year-old does. Like he trains, he works out, he moves towards a goal, and just does hard shit. I think our lives are too easy a lot of times, and I think it's good for you to get into that kind of uncomfortable thing. Like, and I know it's like cool for that right now, but like I kind of bought into it, and now I get what people are saying when they say, the harder you work, the easier the big problems in your life kind of seem.
Yep. I wouldn't say he's in the greatest shape, but I am lucky. I'm going to use my dad, for example. I just told you before the recording, we got a cool hunt planned going to Alaska this fall. And so my dad, I remember my whole childhood, he said, hey, when he retires, he's going to do all these epic hunts and go for months at a time and all that stuff. And he had a core friend group who said, yep, we're going to do it. We're going to do all that.
Yeah.
All his friends got old and don't do that. He retired and immediately, like I think it was a month after retirement, he went to Canada and hunted for a month.
That's awesome.
He talked about it and he worked towards that goal his whole life and he's traveling all the time hunting and stuff and I'm jealous to be honest with you. But he, like I said, he's a bigger dude. He's not a runner, he's not a weightlifter, but he walks.
He keeps his body moving.
Yep, he refs. So when he's back, he's always reffing games because he goes, I don't like running, but guess what? When I'm reffing basketball, I always have to run.
You're up and down the court the whole time, right?
Yep, and he's getting paid to do it. So
hell yeah,
works out well. So,
I haven't paid $1 for the miles.
Yeah. I don't think he's hitting as many miles this year, but he's getting some in. But no, I think that's awesome. I'm definitely going to be checking out the Speed Goat when it comes out. So that'll be good. You haven't made a batter roast yet, in my opinion, that I've tried. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been good stuff. Well, we are a hunting podcast and a hunting brand.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your hunting last year, and then if you got any plans coming up this fall.
Shoot, man, I had nothing good happen last hunt season. Yeah. Nothing good, man.
I will say you didn't blow yourself up this time, right? Or try to?
No. I didn't blow up my jet boiler or anything. Dude, I got out a handful of times and like I got out during the rut a decent amount. Like I'm trying to hunt better days of the year and less of them, Yeah. If it were up to me, I'd hunt all of them, but it's just not fast. It doesn't work, right?
Yep.
And dude, my like fourth sit out, I just shot the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life. Just a hammer of a deer. Don't know how many times it had.
It's big.
It's just big. Like never pulled my bow back on a deer that size. And I just fucking botched the shot, dude. Like I passed through. I assume it was a pass through because there was blood all the way up on the knock and on the veins. And I think I just hit like the brisket front and I never found it. We had the dog out looking for it. Man, just rough shit.
That's rough.
Shit opportunity. Man, it was so awesome. Like I shot it and I called my cousin and I was like, it was the phone call you make from Kansas when you shoot the 200-inch deer. This deer was probably 145 inches. Like it wasn't a 200-inch deer. But like I don't shoot deer like that. Like, man, I aired it, climbed down, saw the blood all over the shaft. I was like, oh my god! I called my cousin, freaking out. And I just went from like the highest high I've ever had in my life to just as low as could be when that dog came out and just couldn't get nothing going. That was brutal, man. Yeah. It bothers me like to the right now thinking about it. It bothered. But that's exactly what I got. What I put into it, like, wasn't shooting my bow every day. I don't want to blame it on being out of shape because it it was a bad shot. Like,
Yeah.
but like I wasn't doing the things I needed to be doing at the time. Didn't scout, didn't shoot near as much as I should have been, and I went out and I kind of paid the price for it a little bit. But I'm going to take it as one of those lessons learned, and I'm going to make sure I at least shoot my bow a handful of times every day. I try to work it into. Luckily, it's like right near the shop when I'm working down here. Like if I'm in our warehouse, it's a little different, or the place we rent, it's a little different. But like I got my arrows right on the other side of this thing. My bow is here, and I can go shoot my bow in my backyard at least 2-3 times a day. A couple of arrows.
Yep.
Just God, I just don't ever want to do that again. And I know it's like part of the game.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. No, I've
But it
been there,
hurt.
man. Yeah, I've been there exactly where you're at, so I get that. There's no, I mean, I think that's why when we do get up, grab the antlers, we love it so much, because you know how easily it could have went the other way, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's always the rough part, but again, that's why we love it.
Yeah, it's kind of the way it goes sometimes, I guess.
Yep.
But kind of like
So-
life, I guess.
Yep. So I guess you have any other plans, like for anything big this year, or just same thing?
Nah, nothing big, man. I feel like we're right on the. I just feel like we're so close with coffee that it's going to get to a point where it's going to be all in coffee. Like, can't really do much else. I just feel like we're real close to figuring this thing out, and so I didn't want to plan anything and then have to bail on either hunts, which is probably what the bail would be, but like
Yeah.
I definitely didn't want to bail on coffee and stuff. Plus, we have the baby coming in November, so it's
Yeah.
like
Which,
I'm just
congrats, but
busy.
terrible timing. What happened?
this worst time.
Yeah.
It's just the worst time ever.
Yeah.
I
Don't you
pretty
see all
much
the
shot.
warnings?
Yeah, I pretty much shot every big hunting month with a kid. Like
Yeah.
September, like would be elk season. My son's birthday is right in the middle of it. My other son's birthday is October 8th.
Yep.
So that kind of gets shot for November a lot of times. Our third baby is going to be November. And then my daughter is June 14th. So like it could screw turkey season up,
Yeah.
but turkey season for us is a little earlier. So luckily, I didn't screw that up. I don't know what like spring bear hunting season
Well,
is like.
that's May.
April, May, right?
Hey.
May,
so
yeah.
Just
So
if you have another kid, remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
we roll 5, man. I have to avoid May.
Yep. Yep. So no, that's no, though, in all honesty, congrats. Obviously, as we were talking before, I had the little ones running around and stuff. So it's obviously they're busy. They keep you busy, but it's fun and it's worth it.
Dude, I think it's I know it's like a thing to say, but like I think it's everything.
Yeah.
Like it's literally it. Like everything we do is those guys. Eventually I hope my son or my daughter or somebody is running our company. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting in a deer stand hunting somewhere. Like I want to be able to give this to them, and I hope they're seeing all the exercise part of it and the working out every day, and just kind of how to work hard and not have to depend on a job from somebody else.
Yep. I got a funny story for you about my son and your coffee, actually. So Andrew Huberman would probably not approve this, but they. So when my daughter was young, I remember I was making coffee, and she's at that age, like wanted to try everything Dad has. Had to try a sip, ugh, disgusting, whatever. Well,
Yeah.
About the time we did the hunting grind with you, my son was in like 2, would have been 2, and he saw me drinking my coffee, and I thought the same thing. I'm like, and I forget what roast he sent us that time, but I remember I was drinking it, and he's like looking at me, wants to try. I'm like, you ain't gonna like it, but okay. Nice hot coffee. Takes a drink. Ooh, that's good. And starts drinking. I'm like, no. And he's
Shit.
he's like coffee ever since. So it was approved by a
You create a monster.
Yeah. So again, don't think Huberman would approve of that one, but he likes.
Nah, probably not.
Still Dad's coffee when he gets a chance.
Yeah.
Well, how many? I know I've just seen, just since we started getting to know you and working with you, I've seen the growth through your social media and stuff. And obviously, one thing that kind of sucks for us, I wish we were closer. I wish we were closer
Yeah.
together instead of so far away. But I can tell just from your social media presence that you've grown quite a bit, and it sounds like you're in a lot of retail stores now. You guys in chains now, or are they local mom and pops? Or?
So we're working on trying to get into some of the bigger chains. We're working on getting a warehouse. So we're trying to get moved into a warehouse, which is pretty rad. Like
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be saying that. You know what I mean? I guess in the back of my head, I always knew it was a possibility, but like, it's kind of dope. We're looking at places and trying to figure that out. We're looking at equipment that I never in a million years thought like I'd be spending on a roaster or on a grinder. Like, so it's becoming real life a little bit, you know. And once, like, my wife is full-time coffee. That's all she does now. That and she's with the babies. And eventually I'll get there. But once we get this warehouse and stuff, it's going to come a point where it's like, all right, it's time to like kind of take the jump and move into it full-time for me, which is scary to think about. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of the whole reason we're doing this thing, you know?
Yep. Okay. Side note, I just popped in my head. I gotta ask, how much coffee do you drink a day usually?
It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm
over a pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I think about it,
you make me feel better about
yeah, you're good. If I'm cooking still, like you're probably fine. I drink. Let me see. It might not be as bad as you think. I do everything like a pour over. So I don't really have like I'm drinking 12 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
So I'll do my workout, try to earn my coffee, and I'll have my first. I'll grab a second when I get to work. The problem with the ones at work is they're all espressos because I have an espresso machine there.
Yep.
So then I would say I drink 5 or 6 espressos at work because it sounds awful. But like wintertime, dude, I'll put back 5 of them at work. And if I'm working an off shift, forget about it.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'll usually have like a nightcap at some point. Like I just had my coffee here, and we sell decaf.
Yep.
I think it tastes good. Like it's a really expensive coffee. It's the most expensive coffee that we have. Is our Swiss Water Decaf Nanny, Night Nanny's Nightcap. But I still don't drink it. Still, I have it. It's for like all the older people that we sell to for the most part, and it's people who have like weird heart things.
Yep, I'm with you. Yep. The reason I asked that is I got a team member and he's a coworker of mine, Nate Atkins, and he drinks way too many energy drinks, and I was giving him shit one night we're doing roll call training. I'm the third shift sergeant. We're talking about roll call, and he was saying like, man, this is already my like second energy drink of the day, and we're just starting the shift. I'm like, buddy, like you gotta calm down. He's like, well, how much coffee you drink a day? I'm like, oh, just a pot. And he goes, well, how much is caffeine in a pot? I'm like, it can't be that much. And I Googled it. I Googled it, and I go, you know what? Maybe your energy drinks aren't too bad. He's like, ha! Like, and I was
dude.
I was drinking way more caffeine than he was. Of course, it doesn't have.
You're drinking a lot more caffeine.
Yeah.
But you're not putting anything in, right? You drink it black.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
And when I do put something in it, every now and then I'm craving something sweet. I actually been putting like pure either honey or maple syrup, like in the real stuff, not the fake stuff. So if I put anything, that's man. I don't know, if I had to go through a week of all the coffee I drink, I'd probably only put something in my coffee once or twice a week. So not very often.
Yeah, I do honey every once in a while. Yeah. I actually just picked the honey thing up. Let's call it like 2 years ago, because it's in my favorite like book series. The main character puts honey in his coffee, and I just like.
Give it a try.
Have you ever seen Jack Carr's books, The Terminal List, and all those?
I have not read them or watched.
So, dude, you should for sure listen. You should listen to them for sure.
I'm always
and read the books.
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I love all of them. I could recite the whole thing. But the main character is James Reese, and he's like whatever dude thinks he is, You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
he's just that guy with a gun. He's that guy. He can fight. Like, he
Yep.
can run. He does triathlons. Like, he's a badass.
Yep. Do
And
everything.
he does everything.
Yep.
And he drinks it. So I feel like it's the
Mm-hmm.
same reason I want like a Submariner Rolex.
Yeah.
James Bond had one. So like, as a kid, like, yeah,
Yep.
yep. Anything like Rambo had, James Bond had, Indiana Jones, like, I pretty much want all that stuff.
Yep.
So I want to be those guys.
Like next podcast, I want you to have an Indiana Jones hat on.
Indiana Jones hat. I got one for the garden. So
Yeah. No, so we actually have we have a local honeybee guy that actually roasts on my dad's side of the farm. He has to drive through my farm to get to the bees, so we get part of the deal. Like, he pays my dad rent, but since he drives to us,
yeah,
he gives us free honey for the year. So it works out
Oh.
pretty good. And obviously,
that's solid.
they say it's good for your allergies, especially if you get local. This couldn't be any more local
Yeah.
from my farm. So, and he's actually told us, I do a lot of food plots, obviously, for deer, and do a lot of clover plots. And actually,
Yeah.
like, our farm is one of his best producing ones because of all the food plots. So it works out well for him.
Oh, I bet. I didn't even think of that. He helps you out a ton with having the bees there, like cross pollinating things.
Probably, and
I bet he helps you a ton.
it wasn't planned, it just kind of happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, my clover plots always look good. When I went to college, I studied in environmental studies, and since I hate mowing and I hate grass. It's
Heard
in my
that.
opinion, it's pointless. Like, grass is pointless.
Yep.
So anytime my yard needs reseeded, I plant clover. I don't plant grass. And so, so a lot of times my yard is a bunch of clover.
That's the most redneck shit I've ever heard.
Yes. And it works out great. I got goats. The goats love the yard. I got a bunch of chickens and stuff. They love it. And my wife, she's starting to come around. She wasn't crazy about it.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yep. So I know. Yep, that's what I do, and I know the honeybees love it, obviously. So
Dude, what a great idea. I mean, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And since I live in the
I'm
country,
just jealous I
can
didn't
do
think
that.
of it first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
You're in Iowa, right?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Yep. Yeah, we're only a couple hours away from Iowa, though, and we got.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've expanded. Actually, since the last time I talked to you, we gained about 8 or 9 team members since last time I talked to you. I think we're at 19 right now.
Oh, really?
So I got guys all the way throughout Illinois, literally all the way south, all the way north. And then I got 3 guys in Wisconsin now and 1 guy in Iowa. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're really expanding. Got to do, and I'll tell you this, I think it'd be worth the flight out to Wisconsin if ever I get you an invite. We got this year, we partnered up with HHA bow sites. And
sick.
Yeah,
that's huge.
They came on and are our official bow site and all that stuff. And Chris Ham is the vice president. He's the one we end up talking to and stuff. And he invited us to a private event to the Vortex headquarters this year. And we got to do we got to do a big tour of Vortex. I knew they were a big company. It's a whole another level that I didn't even realize. Like,
Dude, they're massive.
It was crazy. I was a kid in the can.
Oh, you already did it.
Yeah, already did it. Yeah. Already did it. It was
dude, that's so
amazing.
sick.
But where supposedly, and I don't want to, put words in Chris's mouth. Supposedly, we're getting re-invited next year, and we're gonna have a couple of spots available. I think every year, as long as we want to keep coming back. So it's a first responder and veteran only weekend. You got to be one of the
That's
two.
so cool.
And so it was a bunch of cops and vets, and it was just a great time. You go to the tour, you get a tour, you eat with them. And then we do a private bow shoot that night, and then the next day they have at another bow place, they have a public event where it all raises money to go back to first responders and veterans.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was fun. We're going back in a month to go to the actual bow site company, to their factory and give a tour there and stuff. So it should be fun. But
cool is that?
I'll tell you, Vortex facility was awesome. It was.
It looks awesome. I follow them on Instagram. So.
Yep, same. And again, knew they were big. Didn't know how big they were. But
they're a legit company now.
Yeah, it was crazy to me. I forget where I was going with that. Something with the Wisconsin people. Either way, good time.
Yeah.
Great time there. But I'm trying to think. Is there anything we're missing or anything you want to cover? So I know.
Nah.
Now you got the Speed Goat Roast coming in the future, which we'll definitely. I'll share
Yeah,
that on
we
my
yeah
end.
we have a bunch of stuff coming out this fall.
Mhm.
We'll have hopefully our first ready to drink cold brew, like in a can,
Ooh, okay.
which will be pretty cool.
I'm
Um,
down. I'll be down for that. I drink
we're
all that.
working on trying to figure that out.
Mhm.
That's a tough process. The canning process is kind of a real pain in the ass.
Mhm.
We'll be using a co-packer,
Yeah.
just 'cause I don't have the space for the equipment,
Yeah.
the money for the equipment. So we'll start with the co-packer, kind of how we did with roasting. That's what I did in the beginning for roasting.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we'll have that coming. We're gonna do a bunch of flavored coffees this year. We were actually just cupping coffee today for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, just trying to make the push for the bigger supermarkets and get into some of the bigger wholesale stuff and grow on social media. But I don't want to say I've given up on growing on social media. I'm still gonna post every day or
Yeah.
do my stuff. Dude, it's so hard.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yep.
Just not good at it.
Yep. And I know we talked about this last time. I'll post a video that I feel really good about, and it'll
uh,
get maybe a couple hundred views if I'm lucky. And then I'll do a video I
yeah,
put no effort in. I'm just like, I gotta post something today, and it'll get
yeah,
over 10,000 or more. I'm like, I put no effort in that. What? And I don't get it.
yep. Why did that happen?
Yep. And but it's fun, and I think you're probably seeing it. I know we made friends, Ridge Hunter Outdoors. Uh, we're at about 5 years now. We just hit our 5th year anniversary in March. A lot
Yeah,
of the brands that started either when we did or a year or two into it, they're gone already. They kind of gave up already.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I've noticed some smaller coffee companies, to be honest with you, kind of same thing. Like they started,
Oh yeah,
yeah, and they're gone. So the fact that you're not only still here, but you're on an upward trend, like I think says a lot. And it's just the hustle, like you said at the beginning of the podcast. Like just got to keep grinding and set the example.
yeah,
Yeah, if it ain't hard, it ain't worth doing.
yeah. I mean,
So,
yeah. I mean, coffee is it's a thing too, where there's just so many coffee companies.
mhm,
And I knew that when I got into it. Like,
mhm,
I knew like competition was crazy,
mhm.
but dude, there's so many people out there. So many people drink coffee. Like, there's enough out there for all of us. I feel like.
Yep.
I think people use it as an excuse for quitting. Um, Same way I used to fake pulled muscles for stopping conditioning practices. Like, I think, and it's just fucking hard. Like,
Yep.
and a lot of people quit,
Yep.
and I think that's another part of why the running has been so relatable for me. Like,
Mhm.
it's super hard and it's really uncomfortable. And running a business is that way too. Like, I mean, right now this is all happening like the last week.
Mhm.
The company that we buy all of our bags from is out of Canada,
Yep.
and they just hit us with a huge like tariff fee thing that like is completely destroying my margins.
Yep.
And on top of coffee prices right now are an absolute dumpster fire.
Yep.
And we're fighting like crazy to try to keep our prices down, but we also got to like make sure that we're not writing bad checks at the same time.
Correct.
But like that's been like it's always just a little uncomfortable. And I think that's a part of why I like the running part of it, because it is always a little bit uncomfortable. Something is going to hurt while I'm out there, or something is going to hurt while I'm working out.
Yep.
But like if you hang in there, it gets a little easier. And the business is the same way. Like in the beginning, it was like, oh, we're done. Like throwing in the towel. Let me see what I can sell this roaster for. How much debt do I have? Like, how am I going to pay all this shit off?
Yep.
And then you like just figure out a small problem. And every day it's just another issue. Like, and then the whole time you're dealing with all the side issues and the small issues, you're dealing with the huge issue of trying to get your product in front of people and
Yep.
sell the product.
Yep.
And you can't be so tied up in the day-to-day problems. Because your problems are just going to get bigger.
Yeah.
Like when I have a big issue, it's a couple of $1,000s, like, which is a substantial amount of money. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not, but like, eventually those problems are going to be $10,000 problems,
Yep.
$50,000 problems. So it and hopefully millions. Like, that's
Yeah.
the whole goal of this is to just grow as big as we can and have fun along the way.
Correct.
Really, I just want to work for myself,
Yeah.
but like that comes with a lot of uncomfortable times. It's not all there's not a check coming in all the time, and there's got to make sure health insurance is paid, and nothing
Yeah.
else is getting cheaper for kids. So like it, it's awesome, dude. I just love it. Like, I don't know how to
No,
explain it.
it's related and it's not related. I'm happy you kind of brought this up. I had I told you ahead of time we had a lot of retirements at my police department, and so a bunch of us got promoted to sergeant all about the same time. And I remember I was having a
Yeah,
conversation with one of the other newer sergeants, and we got a bunch of young guys. So with a bunch of young guys, obviously our job as officers is problem solving anyway. But with a bunch of young guys, it seems like we have more problems because they're learning. Great guys, great
yeah,
officers, but they're learning. And I have noticed I really enjoy the dumpster fires. Like we'll
yeah,
get they'll call me, hey Sarge, this is what I got. I don't know what to do. I'm like, all right, let's go, let's problem
yeah,
solve it. And when we come out ahead of it, and they're like, especially when it's involving a bad guy, and in the end,
yeah.
bad
Of
guys in
course.
cuffs, everybody's okay, and especially when it was
Yeah,
when the new guys worked through the problem, bad guy ended up in handcuffs because of what they did. They're super pumped, and I'm even more pumped for them. Like it makes me,
yeah. 100%.
yeah, it makes me pretty happy for them, and I've really enjoyed it. And that's what I was trying to tell the other sergeant that was struggling with some of the young guys. I'm like, man, you just gotta like don't realize like it's more important for them to get to do that stuff, and you're helping them through it than you're doing
Yeah,
it personally. And
yeah. You've been there. You've done it. You were the new guy. Like I'm going through that with my son now. Like
mhm.
my oldest son is a baseball player,
Okay.
and I mean he's only 6. He'll be 7 this year,
Mhm.
but he's starting to do things that we worked on, and then I see the success, and it's just like on a big scale for me, it's kind of everything. Like see him learn and develop as a person.
Mhm.
But like you have that same relationship with the guys you work with, especially in a field like being a cop, because you guys have you guys have that strong connection and bond. You guys doing kind of dangerous shit,
Fun stuff.
You're not just like we don't get that in the
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't get that in the machine shop like where I work at every day. Like
Yeah.
you don't have that brotherhood of like, this is the guy. Like if I need him to potentially save my life in a way or do something, he's there for me. And when he shows up, it's like it's awesome when it's a new guy because
Yep.
they have that leadership role.
Yep. On a less serious note, we're talking about setting an example for your kids. I shoot my bow and stuff all the time. Super proud of my 3-year-old son. He had his toy bow, and he had been watching me. He pulled back and hits his mom right in the head with his toy bow and toy arrow. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. But she wasn't impressed, but I was impressed. It was great. It was a great shot.
Hell yeah. Dude, it's funny how much they're like us. Like,
hmm
that sounds like it's stupid when you think about it. It's kind of dumb, but like, they're just gonna do what you do.
Yeah.
Like,
hmm
if you wake up early and work real hard and swing kettlebells and are the superhero in their world, like they're gonna try to grow up and do the same thing to you. And if you wanted to go the other way and you're doing shitty things and you're
Yeah.
being lazy and you're being a bad person, like God, it's like the generational thing, man. You're either gonna like raise kids who are successful and you're setting them up to be successful, or you're not.
Yep.
And it's just something that we all obviously we take super seriously.
Yep.
Um,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Plus, like, you want to be the kid that, like, his dad is tougher than everybody else's dad on the
Yeah.
playground. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, your dad's not stronger than my
I
dad.
agree.
Like, I want to be the strong dad in all those conversations. So, like,
100%. And we got at our jiu-jitsu school, we got a bunch of guys who they're cops too, and we all have kids around the same age. We talk that all the
Yeah.
time. We talk that shit
oh,
to
dude,
each other
all day long.
Yep. It's always fun. So
Yeah.
Yep. Well, this is a great podcast. I love having you back on. I know you
Yeah,
had
dude.
some stuff going on, and it took a while to get you on, and I'm super happy we're able to have this conversation. Guys, definitely go to Outground's website and check them out. I know I've tried, I think, every roast, or pretty close if I haven't.
I think so.
My favorite is Colorface. That's my favorite,
Yeah.
other than the Patrol roast, obviously. But Colorface is
Yeah.
my favorite. So go check them out. Go to us and try some patrol roast. I know everybody likes that. I will have patrol roast for everybody to sample at the Deer and Beer Fest. I know a lot of you guys will probably be drinking beer there, but I will have coffee there, for everybody to try as well. So check that out. I think that's about it. Anything else, Ed?
Hell yeah, man. Nah, man.
Yep.
Check us out.
Yep.
Don't look out for Speed Goat, and it'll be on our social media. So just follow us on social.
Yep. I'll definitely post that out too on our webpage, everyone. Again, appreciate having Ed on. Ed, once I hit recording or stop recording, if you can stay on for a second. But other than that, everyone, make sure you like, subscribe, give us a listen. Go check out all our other partners. Links in the description below, and all that good stuff. Stay safe out there. See ya.